Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 with Southampton. We are still obviously in the beta because it's only like a day and a bit since the actual game came out. We have played a few more league games and we've been battered by Liverpool, which is actually fine because everyone else who's played Liverpool have also been battered. I say we've played a few more league games. Actually, we've played one, and we've played 3 Carabao Cup games. So in the last episode, we beat Newcastle 4-3. We then played against Watford in the Carabao Cup, beating them 2-1. Danny Ings with both the goals in this one. We got hammered by Liverpool 5-0. We'll come back to that in a minute. We then beat Blackburn 3-0 in the Carabao Cup. Walker-Peters, Nathan Redmond and Theo Walcott getting on the score sheet in this one. And then we got extremely lucky against Chelsea, beating them on penalties. And they've done some improvements to the whole penalty shootout experience. However, I didn't see it because I just kind of blindly clicked, just ask the assistant to pick my penalty takers. So maybe if we get another penalty shootout, we can find out what's going to happen there. So obviously, it's very early days. We are currently 15th place in the table. We are one of 4 teams, I think. Yeah, 4 teams who have only played twice. It's ourselves, Manchester City up in 8th. Spurs and Fulham are the other teams who've only played 2 games. Everyone else obviously 3 games into the season so far. Liverpool running away with the league. They've won every single game, beating Sheffield United, Southampton and Burnley, not conceding a single goal, scoring 13. Before we get into the matches for today's episode, we're going to be playing Leeds is one of the matches. I'm not sure what the second match is going to be. We've done some transfer business. Fernando Costanza has signed from someone. I'm not sure where he signed from. He signed from... Is that... Who are you? BOT. You're a team in Brazil, but he was a free transfer. He's also part Italian, which is handy. He's a right back. He's just going to sit in the under-23s for a bit. Oh, and we got really cheeky. We could actually recall Brian Porteous from his loan deal at Hibs. So we've done that. He's already played once in the Carabao Cup, came off the bench. I have just seen he's the most angriest human in the world with 20 aggression, so that might be a bit of a concern. So we are not quite at the Leeds United game. However, we have some information about Brexit. United Kingdom leaving the European Union. I imagine this is now somewhat set in stone. You will always leave the EU, but you might get different rules. I think that's probably how it's going to work. So we are going to have a 17 foreign player limit, and a new work permit system will apply to foreign players signing for a new club in the United Kingdom. That could just be, if you're a professional footballer, you can join. Or it might be like the current existing one where you need to play a certain amount of games for your national side, something like that. We will wait and see until this actually comes into fruition. Basically, we're probably not going to find out for another month or 2. So then it's time for our 3rd Premier League game of the season. It feels like I've played so much football and it's all been in the Carabao Cup. We've played, I think this is our 7th game or 6th game in all competitions, but it is only our 3rd in the Premier League. Leeds United are our opponents. We're at home at St Mary's Stadium. So what they have said, this is something I've only just spotted actually. I can go, you know what? Rather than playing cautious, we'll go positive. We can go positive for the game against Leeds. We can change some other bits as well. And it's only for this match, which is quite nice. I like that. So then, the starting lineup for the Leeds United game. We're going to have to show it like this. Normally, I would show it in the whole pre-match engine-y thing, but it doesn't really do that anymore. It just gives you a list of players. It will be Fraser Forster in goal, a back four of Bertrand and Walker-Peters as the fullbacks, Salisu and Bednarek in the middle, Romeu and Ward-Prowse will be the central midfielders with Walcott, Shea Adams and Nathan Redmond on the wing. Danny Ings will be the striker today. I've basically swapped these 2 around because Adams can play as a shadow striker just as well as Ings can. So Ings knows how to score goals, Adams not so much, so maybe changing this around might be a good idea. I hope it's a good idea. I get the impression that a lot of this pre-match stuff is really helpful, but once you've kind of understand and once you've got your squad built, you're probably not going to read too much into it. That might just be me. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way I play the game, because I know a lot of people go a lot more in depth than I ever would, because I don't really have the time or the patience to go too in depth. I've also got to the point with the team talks where I just often click that button there. I'm going to try not to do it when we're recording, but a lot of time I just go, I don't really know, because I don't ever seem to get any reaction from the players. So go out there and carry on where you finished last season. We did last match, so we did get a few people. Ward-Prowse, Bednarek, Forster, Shea Adams, Redmond and Danny Ings all seemed motivated. Also Djenepo, but not as motivated, apparently. So unlike the press conferences, I think I'm going to stick with doing the pre and post match tunnel interviews. I think they're kind of quite fun because they're nice and quick and they actually seem to be a little bit more useful. So we're going to go with these. We're going to stick with these. So it's Robbie Williamson from teamtalk.com. We've spoke to him a number of times now. I recognise his name. Are you hopeful that Kyle Walker-Peters carries his recent good form into this match? Of course. That's a silly question. Cool. There we go. One question. That's all we got. I have noticed as well that against average teams, lesser teams, shall we say, we do quite well. I would say Newcastle were a lesser team, Leeds are a lesser team, Liverpool not so much. So when we're playing against teams that we are on par, if not better than, we do pretty good. When we're playing teams that are clearly better than us, we get absolutely hammered. So we need to work out possibly a different way of playing the game when we're playing against stronger opposition, basically. Leeds United have the ball. We are 7 minutes in. Leeds do have it in their own half. Cooper plays it across to their right-hand side, but Nathan Redmond steals it away. Redmond has started this season on fire. I think he's got 4 goals, maybe 3 goals in his first 5 or 6 games, however many we've played. Salisu to Romu. Romu on towards Kyle Walker-Peters on the right-hand side. So many red shirts. Walker-Peters gets his cross away. Redmond's there. Hits the top of the bar. Still 0-0, but the first chance goes our way. Walker-Peters throw to Shea Adams, playing in that slightly different shadow striker role today. Hopefully he can do alright. He's not been very good so far this season. Ings now has the ball. He's very deep. Plays it towards Adams. He's not going to get there first, is he? And Meslier, possibly, saves that, holds on to it, runs around, kicks it long upfield, trying to get a quick counter-attack going and not managing it. Ward-Prowse now has it for us, tries to dink it over towards Redmond and can't manage it. Now Leeds once again can come forward with the ball. That is a wonderful pass to Rodrigo. 1-on-1 with Forster. Forster makes himself bigger than he already is because he's about 6'7". Saves the ball, conceding a corner. Arsenal have taken the lead. It's just behind my head. You can't quite see it. Hernandez's corner comes in. Bamford's there, doesn't get it. Bednarek heads it clear. I am wondering whether me being positioned in this bottom left-hand corner is the best place for me. Whether I should go somewhere else. Ward-Prowse's corner comes in. Not the best corner, or not the best positioning. The corner actually wasn't too bad. Shea Adams to Salisu, who's had a lot of chances when it comes to corners. Still hasn't found the back of the net just yet. Bertrand and Salisu, best friends forever by the looks of it. It's gone all the way back to Forster. He's played it calmly to Bednarek. Back to Forster once again. This is a bit of a worrying highlight. Although it's a new game. It's a new game, so maybe you can't predict the highlights as much. Danny Ings is getting on the end of that. He's possibly going to get flagged for offside, though. I'm not sure. Ward-Prowse controls it. Adams, and oh my word, Redmond. He's at the outside of the post. We are looking very bright. We are looking very, very bright in this game. However, match stats-wise, we can't hit the target. We've had 4 shots, not a single one of them on target. Leeds United, however, have had 3 and 2 of them on target. Not a huge amount is actually happening. We're going to give them a focus. What does focus do? I mean, there's a few smiley faces. There's a few purple faces along the bottom as well. I don't know what any of that means at the moment. Well, half-time then. It is 0-0, and it's a fairly equal match, isn't it? It's a fairly equal score. Leeds probably should have scored then, by the looks of that, but they clearly didn't, which is good news for us. We are not doing so hot this time round. Let's give the fans something to cheer about. That makes sense. And then I can't do that because I've already done something. Let's just jump into the second half, I guess. They have done a change. Tyler Roberts is on. Early highlight as well. 1 minute and 20 seconds in. Leeds United do have the ball. Bertrand steals it away. Just kicks it straight to Stuart Dallas though. Rodrigo dinks it over to Roberts. Roberts' effort hits the post. Bednarek clears it. Pretty sure Roberts was offside. He was offside. That's good. What do we change? Mentality is positive. We're not having shots on target. This is the problem. We're not having any shots on target. Walcott's going to come off for Djenepo. Think that is probably all we're going to do. The striker position doesn't work. Playing a striker doesn't work. Last game, playing an attacking midfielder didn't work. This game, playing a striker doesn't work by the looks of it. Hernandez with the curled free kick. It's a header clear from Salisu. Danny Ings is going to pick that one up. And now we've got so many red shirts. The overload could be on here. Ings down the right-hand side keeps going. He's got, I think, Walker-Peters is possibly in front of him. Shea Adams is there, takes a touch. He really didn't need to take that touch because he almost kicked it straight at the keeper. He's put the ball in the back of the net. Shea Adams gets his first goal of the season. Danny Ings getting an assist as well. We are 1-0 up against Leeds in a game where I think we haven't been good enough to deserve the lead. So if we can steal the 3 points here, I will be very pleased with that. Still plenty of time to go. Bamford has it for Leeds outside of our penalty area. There was about 7 players offside there. There is no way that is counting. There were so many players offside. That was ridiculous. Rodrigo might have been on, but everyone else was offside, and they're interfering with play. So, I know that doesn't quite show it, but he's just kicked the ball there through. So, Llorente is off. Cooper is off. That's Bertrand. Phillips is off. Roberts is off. That's Rodrigo. I think Bertrand is playing Rodrigo on, which sucks, because everyone else was offside and they were technically interfering with play. Is that not the rule anymore? That might not be the rule anymore. I mean, we can even see that he's offside. He's offside, right? Are we the red line or the yellow line? How was that counted? I've just spent like 5 minutes of this episode complaining about an offside rule in a computer game, haven't I? It is still 20 minutes left to play. Stuart Dallas has collected the ball for Leeds. They might get themselves a second here. Roberts collects it, the substitute. Bednarek kicks the ball into Roberts. Now Bertrand plays it forward. Danny Ings, who's got 1 assist to his name so far. I think all season, to be honest. 1 assist all season. Romu's going to go backwards. Mohamed Salisu, forward Romu once again. Ward-Prowse isn't going to collect it. And now, oh my word. Was that straight into his face? Djenepo's collected this. Slotted ball to Danny Ings. And Danny Ings should have put that in. Danny Ings will finish those every day of the week in real life. Instead, he's hit it just wide. Leeds now have themselves a free kick. Hernandez takes it towards the back post. It's a wonderful save. I think that was actually Ward-Prowse who almost put the ball in the back of the net. Forster saved it. It was then cleared off the line. It's going to be a corner for Leeds. They're going to win this. I can see Leeds nicking themselves some points out of this game. Hernandez, corner comes in. Romu heads clear. Adams is going to get it now. He's going to run towards the right-hand side. Ings is in front of him. He's got 2 options to his left. He's gone for Redmond. Dallas with the headed effort gets it off for a corner. So we've got another chance. We've got the ability in James Ward-Prowse from the set pieces. Right-footed, Ward-Prowse takes it towards Redmond at the front post. It is cleared, and now Rodrigo's going to get it clear up further for Leeds United. This is not looking good. Keeps going down the right-hand side. They're not getting the numbers on us, but they're just getting up there quicker anyway. Bednarek has the ball for us. Redmond gets it clear. That is going to end the highlight. We are looking all right. A draw isn't good. I don't want to draw this game. Redmond's coming off. We've got no wingers on the bench. We're going to have to do that, aren't we? We're going to have to do that and that, which makes a bit of sense, actually. Djenepo off to the right-hand side. Armstrong on the left. We're also going to do Romu for Bertolacci, because Bertolacci's done a reasonable job. He keeps coming on as that ball-winner midfielder. He does all right. He doesn't play 90 minutes ever. I think he's played probably about 60 in all competitions so far. It's Meslier with the goal kick for Leeds. 15 minutes, so still plenty of time for us to get a winner. Plenty of time as well for Leeds to get a winner. Ings with the ball. Terrible idea. Djenepo has a chance. Djenepo's curling effort goes into the back of the net. It's 2-1. That was a bit of a mess of a highlight for both teams, but Moussa Djenepo has scored his first goal of the season. This is looking good. Maybe we are getting 3 points. Also, you couldn't quite see it. Sheffield United are beating Manchester United 1-0. Right, it's at this point where a sensible manager would do that and change it to cautious. I mean, you couldn't quite see it because it's behind me. I'm starting to think I should be on the right-hand side and Rodrigo's flipping scored. Has he scored? They're appealing for offside. Well, he was offside for his first goal, wasn't he? Maybe? VAR is checking. Goal review. Come on. It's disallowed. Good news for everybody involved. Now, if that's offside, Rodrigo's first goal should have been offside, because Rodrigo wasn't offside in that one at all. And the player who was flagged for offside wasn't even close to the ball. Walker-Peters to Adams, back to Walker-Peters. The former Spurs man crosses it in. Armstrong is there, and Stuart Armstrong gets his second of the season. It is 3-1 against Leeds United. This is looking like we are going to be picking up the 3 points. We've done all of our subs. I don't know why I went for that. I was going to do another change. Straight after the goal, Leeds have themselves a highlight. Cooper plays it forward. Rodrigo, their goal scorer, rolls it past one of our players. I think it was Bertolacci. Roberts is gone for goal. Hits the underside of the bar in the little corner bit. We do manage to get the ball clear, though. We got very, very lucky. We are looking like we are going to be picking up the 3 points here. And we've probably deserved it. But Leeds probably deserve something out of this game as well. We should have 2 points. They should have 1. That's not how it works. There you go, then. The full-time whistle goes. 3-1 on the night. We do manage to pick up 3 further points. So we got 6 points out of a possible 9 in the league, which actually is pretty decent. Fraser Forster there, picking up an 8.1 rating for a goalkeeper. And he conceded a goal. He had a cracking game. Right, I'm going to say a good win, boys. Well done. Everybody looked inspired and motivated. I'm getting good at team talks. Elsewhere then in the league, obviously lots of teams have now played 4 games, so we have moved up the table a fair amount, and we're actually joint on points with 6th place Chelsea. If we win our game in hand, we can go on to 9 points, which is actually good enough to put us into a Champions League spot. We're only 3 games in though, so let's not get carried away. A few more days have passed, and it is now transfer deadline day. The proper one, the first one, I think the non-English one. It's the 5th of October, basically. What I'm trying to say is it's transfer deadline day. There might be some business taking place. Looking at our finances, we do still technically have £1.4 million to spend. So even though we did spend a lot of money on that Scottish central defender, who I've already forgotten his name, we still can buy some players. And this is the time where if we're going to do it, we need to buy from abroad. I've been looking for left backs, as you can possibly tell, with Denzel Dumfries, who's actually technically a right back as well. I don't think we really need many people, so I'm not going to get too involved, but we're taking part in deadline day just to see if anyone comes in for our players, because if we look at our squad, there's quite a few players. Jankovic is one. We've also got Ibrahima Diallo. People want him on loan. Bednarek is wanted by Villa. Jack Stevens is wanted by Villa as well. Danny Ings is wanted by Arsenal. They can keep their grubby little mitts off. So yeah, we will stick with this and see if anything takes place. Oh, and we also obviously get lots of press conference things, which I like this. This is how press conferences should take place. I know this is the remote chat feature, but this is so much easier. It's a 1-question deal. It's a simple yes-no. It's not a simple yes-no, but it's nice and simple to answer. Speculation persists that Danny Ings could be leaving St Mary's. They might very well be interested, but I've no intention of selling him. I should have put the additional comments of they can keep their grubby mitts off. So we do have some loan deals possibly going through. However, Jankovic, I don't really want him to go as a squad player. If he's going to go out on loan, I want him playing first team football because he's good. He's already played for us in the Carabao Cup. I think he's good enough, so I don't want him to go out on loan and just be a squad player. Rotherham also, they want him as an important player in the Championship. That's more like it. I'm okay with that. What was that there? Was that another? Okay, there's more teams want him. Dundee United, they are in the Scottish Premiership. Do we do that as well? Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. Finally, Hamilton want him as an important player in the Scottish Premiership. Sure thing. You can also have that one accepted. Kane Ramsey for 3 months to Barnet in the Vanarama National. Not a chance. And just like that, Jankovic has made his way north of the border, signing for Dundee United until the end of the season. I think that's going to be good for him. I think Jankovic is going to get a lot of football playing in Scotland. He's going to certainly improve. Rennes have made an offer to loan Ibrahima Diallo. No, not a chance. Not even close. If you're going to try, at least try and offer me some money. I couldn't help myself. It is transfer deadline day and we've made a signing. It is a loan signing. Shoya Nakajima, who is a Japanese left winger who currently plays for Porto. We have loaned him until the end of the season. He's cost £1 million to loan. So we also have the option of £2.8 million if we want to buy him on a permanent deal, which actually, if he does all right, and I think he's got the ability to do all right, that's actually reasonable money. So Nakajima's in. And Robbie Williamson wants to ask me a question about Nakajima. You confirmed the loan signing of Shoya Nakajima during the window. How much of an impact do you think he can have on the rest of the season? Well, we've only played 3 games in the league, mate, so I assume probably quite a good thing. I'm really pleased that Port have agreed to send him here. I think he's a terrific talent. There we go. Nice and easy. I did also try and sign Kyle George, but basically he's not going to get a work permit. It would have only been a loan deal anyway, and he probably wouldn't have played a lot of football. And just like that, the window is closed. It will open again on the 1st of January as expected. We do still have another week, I believe. So yeah, 16th is, we've still got a bit more time if we want to buy some UK-based players. Right then, next up, we are going to go forward probably till the end of October, and I think we're going to play this Crystal Palace game. Actually, no, we're not. We might play West Ham. I want to play a game away from home. Every match so far on camera has been at home. We've played Newcastle, we've played Leeds. We're going to go forward then. West Ham will be the next match in this episode. 4 matches in between. Manchester United, which will probably be a defeat. West Brom, Fulham and Palace, which hopefully we get 9 points out of those possible 12. That'd be good. It's now the start of November. We have obviously played a few more matches and we are doing okay. We do have a little bit of a leaky defence. We've not done as well as I would have liked. We did obviously, well, I say obviously, we lost 2-0 against Manchester United. We were just not the better side in that one. It makes sense. We then went to play bottom of the table and managerless West Brom because they sacked Southampton. It was a 1-1 draw. We should have scored probably 4 or 5 in that game. We just could not score, and then West Brom nicked a goal right near the end of the game. Then against Fulham, we won this one 1-0. We should have won about 3 or 4. We could not score a goal to save our life. Redmond came off the bench in the 87th minute to get the winner in that. And then against Palace, another match where we just threw it all away. We were 2-0 up. We then went into the second half, conceded both goals against Palace in the second half. They were the better side. They arguably should have won the game. But Fraser Forster got an 8.2 rating. I'm starting to think they're swinging the wrong direction when it comes to match ratings for goalkeepers. Because Fraser Forster in his last 5 games has a 7.74 average rating and has still conceded 6 goals. And there you go, because it's the first of the month, we actually get this fancy little analysis report, which is very, very helpful. Defensively, this is our problem. We are busy and leaky. We concede far too many goals. So, 14% conversion rate for our opponents. We actually have 14 shots per game against us as well. So yeah, we do seem to concede a fair amount of chances going against us, which isn't good. If we go to the attacking side of things, we seem to have a lot of shots. We're not necessarily scoring enough of them, but we're having a lot of shots, so we're in the good half. You'd want to be in that half, but not in this half, really. I mean, passive and clinical still pretty decent, but we're having lots of chances. We're up there with Man City. And here is a shape that means stuff to people, not so much to me. This is a worry. Conceding 2 goals per game is a lot of goals to concede per game. Also, we concede 1 point expected. XG, that's what that is. 1.8 goals per game is expected, which is a lot. This is our problem. We need to sort out our defence, and I don't really know how to do that tactically. Quick look at the Premier League as well then. We have now played 7 games. We've actually picked up our spare matches that I think it was not Leicester. I can't remember who it was. We played somebody, which was basically our game in hand. So yeah, we've now up to 8th place. 11 points on the board. Still decent start to the season. West Brom at the bottom there with 1 point against us. Of course it was. Well then, time for the West Ham game. Looking at their expected tactic, if I move myself over to the other side, that's probably why they don't concede too many goals. They play 3 defenders, Declan Rice, Ogbonna and Diop. They've got a couple of wing-backs as well. So, I mean, it's not an awful formation. I was kind of thinking I could try and play that in games where we need to be a little bit more defensive. But obviously West Ham play that as a normal. Do we do any of these changes balanced? They want it to be positive. I don't agree with that. They want more attacking duties. Okay, we can have a look at that. And a higher tempo. Sure, we will do that. So what we're going to go for then for the starting lineup is a little bit different to what we normally play. I've moved it to be a 4-2-4, I guess that's what it says. It's a 4-2-4. We've got rid of the shadow striker. We've moved them up basically next to Ings. It is going to be Forster in goal because he's the greatest goalkeeper on the planet Earth. Jake Vokins will be the left back today because Bertrand has been out injured. Also, Tyreek Mitchell wasn't able to play in the last game, so fitness... Well, maybe we just play Mitchell. Maybe we'll just play Mitchell, actually. Tyreek Mitchell can play. Vestergaard, Bednarek and Walker-Peters will be our back 4. You'll notice there is no Salisu, who is also one of the best players in our team. He is a bit tired, so we're giving him a break for the West Ham game. It will be Romeo and Ward-Prowse in the middle of the pitch, with Redmond and Nakajima on the wings. Danny Ings and Theo Walcott will be our strikers today. I don't know whether that's the better way round. That might be the better way round. We're going to try ourselves, by the way, over on the right-hand side of the screen for this match, just to see if it makes a difference. I can't change it in editing because it's all done in one big file, so this is why we are trying it and seeing if it works. So, looking at the social stuff, Mitchell is a really good condition, isn't he? Yeah, fair enough. Vestergaard starting is a terrible call. If that was Saints fans last season, that probably sounds about right. This season, not so much. He's actually been bloody good. Pearce is much better when sticking to a plan. Of course I am. And this is good. And it's all down to the tactical work being put in. Of course it is, Callum. Right, let's go then. We are going to do our team talk. Let's do a pump fists. Let's give them something to cheer about. Nothing happened. Very few times things happen here. Oh, we get ourselves a tunnel interview as well. As West Ham are the lowest goal scorers in the Premier Division, you must consider Southampton's favourites to win. Well, we do concede a lot of goals. They're a very good team, regardless. We'll go with that one. 15th place, do you want to pile on the misery? Sure. We should be in a position to beat them, but have to work hard to make sure that will do. Are you happy with Kyle Walker-Peters' performance as a wing-back? Yes, he scored twice. Of course I'm happy. Salisu doesn't feature. He's being rested. That's fine. Off we go then. Our first away game on camera of the season in London against West Ham. A stadium that I've actually been to during the Olympics, but I've been to it. You know what? I think this corner is probably the better corner to be in, because then we can see all of the stuff down here. So I can do my shouts and you can see my shouts. We might be living in the bottom right from now on. It's taken 15 minutes and the first highlight is finally here. Souček's not going to get there. Ward-Prowse does. Keeps hold of it as well. Romeu, who missed out on the last game, basically due to a little bit of fitness and I wanted to play Diallo. Rui Diaz has nicked that ball away. Maybe Romeu shouldn't be playing this game either. Rui Diaz, who I think is a new signing. Yarmolenko's there on the half volley at the back post. We're 1-0 down against the lowest scorers in the Premier League, because of course we are. So that goal came from a misplaced pass, wasn't it, from Romeu. Mitchell's throw to Walcott. Playing as a striker, tries to cross it in, hits the first man. Redmond's going to collect this though. We need Walker-Peters really running. Redmond goes for goal himself, hits the outside netting, goes wide. Still 1-0 to West Ham United. 20 minutes now. Bowen back to Masuaku. Crosses the ball in. Big Yannick Vestergaard gets ahead on that and heads it clear. But Souček is going to bring the ball back forward. Kufal. He's going to go backwards, is he? He's not. He's lost out. Walcott to Romeu. Runs across to the right-hand side. Nakajima, the loanee from Porto, keeps going. He's already scored once for us. Can he get his second? He's gone for goal. Fabianski walks that off the pitch, which is a bit weird. We win ourselves a corner. Ward-Prowse is going over to take it as ever towards the back post. It was Walcott it was going towards, which, I think he's quite tall. He's not massive. That's a wonderful tactical foul there from Tyreek Mitchell. Could be a red card. It's not even... It's a booking. Okay. So we're 1-0 down, and we've got a higher XG, and we are playing a team that don't score goals. Great. Fabianski's goal kick towards Rui Diaz. Vestergaard heads down. Shoya Nakajima, who I think has been a decent loan signing so far. Not played a huge amount of football, but when he does some magical things. And we've somehow still got the ball from that absolute mess of a bit of pinball. Fornals with a great slide tackle on a yellow card as well. Very risky thing to do. Jared Bowen, the former Hull man, runs into space. Keeps going to Jared Bowen. One-on-one with the keeper. Straight into the hands of Fraser Forster. Very easy save for the former England keeper. Right, let's give him a shout. I've realised encourage seems to do stuff. If we do encourage, and you're not going to see it now because I'm in the way. Fired up. It says fired up. Look, everyone's fired up. 5 minutes left of the first half. Forster's kick out. Ings heads down to Redmond. He's got space if he can use his pace. He does use his pace. Gets in front of his man. Keeps going. Across to Theo Walcott. It's a first-time shot from Walcott. And the ball is in the back of the net. His third of the season. It is 1-1 against West Ham. We need to get another goal. Ideally 2. Ideally 9. We want 9 more goals. I want to win 10-1. Half-time then. It is 1-1. And you can't quite see it here because of the colour. Because this is quite obviously a bug. We were not the best team until about halfway through the match, and then all of a sudden we ascended. I've also been told that I need to probably bring off Kyle Walker-Peters, which is something I will be doing, and I'm going to do a hands in pockets. I'm not happy with your performance. Seems motivated. That is good. Right, tactics. Let's sort this out. We will bring off Walker-Peters. We'll bring on Bertrand. Do we bring on Bertrand? Do we bring on Bertrand, or do we try something different? We try something different. Moussa Djenepo. Now, this is weird, but in real life, I'm pretty sure Moussa Djenepo was playing as a left back in training because of injuries to various people. It was left back or right back. So we're going to try it. We're going to see how well he does. He's playing as an attacking wing back, so I'm hoping he's more attacking than defending. That's the idea. 10 minutes into the second half, West Ham coming forward with the ball. Yarmolenko keeps going towards that right-hand side. Big Vestergaard's coming over to try and block him. Yarmolenko goes for a very long-range effort, hits it well wide and or over and all the other things as well. It didn't go in, basically. Right, we need to probably bring off Danny Ings. He's struggling. He's on a 6-5. We're going to do Shea Adams. Adams has been out injured. He's not played much football recently. Tyreek Mitchell should probably come off as well. We do have Bertrand on the bench, which is probably what we're going to do. Mitchell has picked up a yellow card and isn't playing too well. Nor is Djenepo or Forster or most of our defence. Right, we are the better team. XG, which is now the new stat that I use to decide whether we're the better team or not. We are the better team. We're just not getting that other goal that we need. We're going to do the change. Bertrand is coming on. Djenepo's not having a good match, is he? As a right back, he's on a 6-5. Declan Rice with the free kick plays it back to Fabianski. Back to Declan Rice. 10 minutes of normal time to play. Fornals and Rice pass in between them. We can steal this away. We can break. Instead, Bowen has lots of space. Down the left-hand side, Djenepo is backtracking. Number 6, who I'm not sure whether that is... I think it's Romeo, tries to cross. Rui Diaz is robbed by Vestergaard, apparently. So it's going to be a corner. Rui Diaz, the Peruvian, has gone over to take it. Right-footed from the left-hand side for West Ham. Still 10 minutes to play. Towards the back post. Rice heads down. Masuaku's there. Back to Declan Rice. Put some pressure on him. Steal the ball away. Ogbonna. Both of their defenders, or 2 of their 3 defenders, well out of position at the moment. Romeo's there. Doesn't steal it away. It remains 1-1. Djenepo, the fullback with the throw. Over the top to Shea Adams. Takes a touch. Goes for goal. Oh my word. That would have been magical. Adams' effort is just over the bar though. Is a draw fair? I feel like a draw probably is fair. We've got 4 minutes. We do love a late goal. Nathan Redmond loves a late goal, but I don't think he's possibly going to do it today. Bertrand crosses it in. It's cleared by Ogbonna. Ward-Prowse with some space. Wanted to get some room. And Moussa Djenepo from right back may have just won us 3 points here. What a finish that is. From right back. He's a right back now. I've decided I'm retraining him. It's 2-1 against West Ham. We are up to 5th if everything stays this way. He's a right back. He's not a right back, but he's playing right back. He shouldn't be doing that. 4 minutes of injury time to play. We just need to hold on. That is all we need to do. And we will be up to 5th. A corner for West Ham. Bednarek with a big header clear. Finds Theo Walcott. Can we get ourselves a third? Bertrand. It's not Bertrand, it's Redmond, sorry. Running towards the right-hand side. Lots of blue shirts in the middle. He's going to hold up play. Gets tackled by Diop. Djenepo's there if he wants to use him. Redmond once again tries to cross it. Romeo's there. Fabianski easily holds on to the head from the Spaniard. Is the highlight carrying on? Kicks it long towards Benrahma. He's going to control that well. Tries to get some space. Back to Declan Rice. Romeo with a great tackle. And Walcott is now set free by Moussa Djenepo. Great tackle from Diop, but Redmond now has this. We are still coming forward. We want this third goal. Redmond tries to get it round absolutely everybody. Fabianski saves it on his line. We've got 45 seconds. There's still some time. Fornals gets past his man with ease. Yarmolenko now. Vestergaard's in front of him. You can tell it's Vestergaard because he's massive. Forster with a great save. Bednarek stops it going off for a corner as well. 30 seconds. 30 seconds to hold on. 3 more points is hopefully coming our way. Fredericks to Fornals. Nakajima with a decent tackle. Concedes a throw. The full-time whistle is about to go. Come on, referee. Come on, we're over the 94 now. Come on, buddy. Fredericks throw. Yarmolenko's not going to get there. Nakajima now has the ball. Just smash it upfield. Smash it upfield. Walcott. Loads of space. The full-time whistle goes. Decent victory there. I mean, it was touch and go, to be fair. It was touch and go. They had a very good chance late on in the game, as you can see by the XG thing. But that's good. I'll take it. I mean, Djenepo with the goal of all people. I'm happy with that. Outstretched arms. We're going for it. We're going for the big cuddle for everybody. A good win. Well done, boys. Everyone is inspired and motivated, apart from the players who didn't come off the bench. What a comeback. Thank you, BBC Radio Solent's Joe Bailey. I'm delighted. We weren't at the races for a while, but the players showed fantastic spirit to change the course of the match. So did Moussa Djenepo. What sort of impact do you think getting a goal just before half-time had? Did we score the goal just before half-time? We did, didn't we? It certainly made my half-time talk a lot easier. Yep, sure. Having chosen to rest a number of key players, you must be delighted. Yeah, to be fair, we did rest a few players. We got away with that. I'm pleased. I'm pleased with the result. 3 points on the road in London. 8 games played, 14 points on the board. Not too dissimilar to Southampton in real life, actually, which I think we're technically worse. The worrying thing is that -2 goal difference. That's the problem. We do seem to leak a lot of goals. Right, that is going to do it then for this episode. 2 matches played, 2 victories as well, 5 goals scored. We had a little bit of a blip in the middle with a couple of draws against West Brom and Palace, but then we returned to winning ways against West Ham. What we're going to do next is we're going to go possibly somewhere in December. We might go Aston Villa and possibly Sheffield United. We're going to basically do up until the January transfer window in episode 3. That will be coming out tomorrow. I've just made the commitment that I now need to record that probably very quickly. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. It helps me out massively. The more likes this video gets, the more likely my channel is going to be discovered, basically. So yeah, if you would love to leave a like, that would be very helpful. If you're new here and you want to see more of the Southampton save and whatever else I do in Football Manager 2021 as well, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell so you get notified whenever the next video comes out. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.